Conway the Machine.
Woo!
Dropped an album. Eat. You know? Let's talk about it. Sincere's excited, but I'm gonna go to Langston first.
It's funny, on our last episode, we gave our list of the 10 dopest MCs in the game. A list that Conway was on. And, you know, I said one of the things that Conway needs to show me to move up on the list, he needs to show me that he can put together a cohesive, like, fire project. Well, he showed me that with this one, like, about a week after we recorded that episode.
Yes, sir.
You know, if I had to describe Conway the Machine as an MC in one word, it would be fearless. You know, a lot of MCs claim to not give a fuck. Conway does not give a fuck. When he's like, whether it's on the track Frontlines, where so many people, when they talk about the protests that have been happening, they want to be clear. They want to make this, you know, they want to make it clear they're not talking about the rioters or the looters or whatever. Conway just speaking his mind.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Or whether he's eulogizing the late DJ Shay, God bless the dead. You know, he's speaking his mind about it, and he's saying some things. And, you know, as I was listening, I was really touched by the record. I was also a little bit uncomfortable. Like, man, it's not really my place to say it, but I wonder how the people close to Shay feel about these things that he's sharing, you know? Conway doesn't give a fuck, and
he's just gonna do it.
Yeah, and you know, the production on the album really exemplifies that characteristic of his. I loved it. Yeah, man, fire album. Shout to Conway, shout to Griselda.
Everything Lang said is on point. The album starts off with a dope intro, then it goes into Fear of God, which he had released as a single with Dej Loaf.
Love Dej Loaf on that song.
Yes,
I've
always liked
on that song.
Dej Loaf, man. She's like, if she's on a hook, it's gonna be fire. She's like a female Nate Dogg. It's just fire hook
extreme.
every time.
That's no offense to that.
Whoa.
Nate's just a different kind of animal.
I'm just
slow your roll.
I've never heard a whack hook from Dej Loaf, man. Lemon right after that. Method Man with the feature of the year. Doe and Domini, which is a 2-in-1. Juvenile Hell.
That was a nice little Mobb Deep tribute, wasn't it? Like,
Juvenile Hell. Yeah.
Havoc on the beat.
Didn't that give you the feeling, though? It didn't give you the feeling?
Lloyd Banks back.
By the way, Lloyd Banks back from the dead, sounding like it's O2 all over again.
I thought he had the best verse in that song.
I did too.
Spurs 3. Holy shit.
Elite.
Holy shit. Yo, I had Spurs 3 on repeat for like 3 days straight. I listened to nothing else but Spurs 3. That shit was phenomenal. Just phenomenal project all the way through. We got to bump Conway up on our list just off this project alone. Strong 4 out of 5. And shout out to who do I want to give a shout out to? Eric Sermon. Shout out to Eric Sermon.
Yeah. He did the beat on.
He did the beat on Forever Dropping Tears.
I love that song.
I got the Redman What the Album shirt on right now.
Classic.
Eric Sermon's been doing it for a long ass time. Got to give him his flowers while he's here. Anyway, I'm gonna give it up.
I had it in an argument in the chat for album of the year. But I listened to the Nas again, and I think Nas still got it actually. But this is my runner up.
It's up there. It's definitely in the top 5.
This is literally what I've been asking for so long. I wanted straight cut bars with dope beats, good features. I just wanted music that felt like somebody was rapping because they just love rapping.
Exactly.
And not compromising. He doesn't compromise at all.
Right. And I just feel like I got what I wanted. So I'll go with 4.1. Go for it.
Yeah, on here waxing poetic about this album, and that shit was average.
You bugging the fuck out,
and it's funny
now
to me
you
because
just trolling,
I'm not. But it's funny to me that y'all hear waxing poetic. I went on the internet and I gauged opinions, and I ain't see this much waxing from the general public that I'm getting from the Rap Roundtable. But that doesn't surprise me. I listened to this album and I really didn't care until Juvenile Hell came on. I was bored out of my mind. Words from Shay. I liked all the words from Shay. You know, the project itself, y'all talking about he rapped about this and he rapped about that, but from my point of view, the album, what was he rapping about besides what? Like what was it about? What was the album about? What was it about?
darkness.
What was the body of work about? What do you take away from it? Just darkness? So you mean the same shit he always raps about? Like that's what y'all got from it?
I don't know. I did. It felt.
I didn't get to know much more from Conway that I got the last time I heard from Conway.
You wanted growth?
There was no growth to this album for me.
Forever Dropping
The
Tears.
beats,
That didn't do nothing.
I'll let you talk. The beats were okay. I've heard way better from Griselda since Sincere put me on to Griselda. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. But this album was alright, like borderline Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Like this album was cool.
Christ.
It was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all out here, oh my god, this album of the year. It's a 4. Get the fuck out of here. This album was a calm 3.1. This album was not that good. Y'all talking about Spurs 3? I couldn't wait to stop listening to West Side Gun on that song. It might be his worst verse of the year. The song, that verse alone pissed me off. I fast forwarded to Benny because I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't. So just because we on this podcast, we not like-minded here. I don't like that album. Honestly, I'm gonna keep 100. I'm never gonna listen to it again. This album did nothing for me. This might be the weakest Griselda release of the calendar year, by far. We don't agree on this album. That's fine. Join us in the comments. Feel how you want to feel.
Yeah, let us know what you
man.
think.
He likes Big Sean.
So, more people like Big Sean than they do Griselda. Hey,
That's 'cause
it
more
is
people
what it
are
is.
stupid.
Hey, well, you might be stupid on this topic, but that's okay.
Welcome to the Rap Round Table podcast.